Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, my name's Sasha. I love indie makeup. I love indie eyeshadow palettes. I love reviewing them. I love colorful palettes. I love sparkly shimmers. I love duochromes, multi-chromes, you name it. I love all the shiftiness out of this world. So if you guys are into that kind of content, then make sure to subscribe to my channel because I love to have you guys here. And for today's video, we're going to be reviewing something brand new brand to me, and actually I think it's a brand new brand in general. So this is from the Simply Posh Cosmetics, and this is the Genuine Gems palette, and the packaging is very gorgeous. I love the packaging. And I did 2 eye looks yesterday, so I'm gonna do 4 eye looks. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna do 2 more eye looks right now, but I did 2 eye looks yesterday, so it's not gonna be a first impressions. And I only had one issue with one eye look, and I'll explain to you guys a little bit later. But I'm gonna try to do different eye looks, trying to play with the more colors, because this palette is a very colorful palette. Like, look at this beauty. This palette retails for $45 and you get 18 shadows. So you get 12 mattes, and then you get 6 shimmery sparkly duochromes. When you swatch these duochromes, they feel like texture, like very glittery. They're very sparkly. Like, I love it. They're a little bit on the sheer size though. So I love the range of colors because it is like a rainbow palette inspired by gemstones. I said jewelstones. Inspired by gemstones. And yeah, I love the color story so much. I love that it's like a rainbow palette. And they do have another one, the Fairy Tales Fairy palette. I think that one would pair well with this one. That one I think I'll probably pick up maybe a little bit later. Right now I just have to wait because there's just so many palettes coming out right now, and I have to have this one because I love jewels. I love gemstones. I love jewel tones. Love rainbows. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna do 2 different eye looks right now. So I'm gonna show you the first 2 eye looks probably after, and then I'm gonna give you guys my final thoughts about this palette. I forgot to mention about the swatches. So the swatches, most of the shades, they are pretty pigmented, I would say. I did have to build them up, of course. The one that I remembered, my memory might be off a little bit, but the only one I did remember that I have to really build up, it was the shade Emerald. But all the other ones, I was jamming out with some music, that's why in my head, so that's why I don't remember it well. But I know I had to build up these mattes, and the duochrome, they are on the sheer side, so I did have to build them up too. So they're really thin. I just noticed the formula of the mattes, they're very thin. Like, it's very thin, and it feels smooth too. They feel soft. And let's see, what else do I have to say? I think that's all. But yeah, let's do 2 different eye looks. I want to do like a brownish and greenish. So I played with this shade, I believe. Did I? No, I didn't. So let's use the shade Topaz. Oh my gosh, I have to talk to you guys so much about this. Because the second eye look I had issues. It was the color combos, but then I figured it was also, oh, I forgot to prep my eyes. Let me prep my eyelids real quick because I need that base. Alright, so I just put my eye base. So what I use is the Dose of Colors Concealer. I use the shade 8 because it's very light. It's too light to use for my under eyes, but it actually provides a really good base. I tell you guys every single time. And yeah, I forgot to put it on, but I was gonna get this shader here. I already got some of the shade from my brush, the shade Topaz. So I want to do like a brownish greenish look. And I forgot to mention, you have to be careful. There is kickback to it, even when you kind of swatch it. Like, it's not like horrible, but there is kickback to it depending on the brush you use. And so let me just kind of I feel like I got too much. I think I'm gonna just build them up, the shades. So let me just use this as a transition. I think this look might be a little bit more simple, more neutral, with a little pop of color. And then add a little bit more, and then I'm just gonna tap it. Now, to get more pigment, you kind of have to tap it, and then to blend it, side sweep. Okay. So I think with this palette so far, I do have to work with the blending a little bit, and that's being honest, you guys. Like, you have to be. So I'm not sure it's because of my base. I have never had problems using this concealer every time I do eye looks, but I feel like you just have to work with the blending a little bit. Like, they're Like most of these shades are pigmented. I don't think I'm gonna be able to test out all the shades, but that's why I wanted to do 4 eye looks, so I could give you guys a better review. Now I want to get the shade. Let's see. I'm gonna add a little hint right there. I want to add the shade Bronzette. It's like a brownish shade. Yeah. I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm gonna lay my brush kind of flat. And I love I forgot to mention the packaging of the shades. I love the gemstone design. So it was really sad that I had to, like, when you swatch or start using it, it's gonna start disappearing. So yeah, I did take pictures, and I already have an Instagram reel ready to go up later today. Today's Friday for me, so happy Friday, guys. Hopefully you guys see this video today, because I'm trying to get the Sephora VIP sale video up. I haven't done any editing for that one, but I'm trying to make that one short, so I'm going to record that one after this one. So let me get a little bit of the brown. So I'm trying to talk to you guys more, even though I might make the video longer, but yeah, it's neutrals. Like, I'm not like a huge fan of neutrals, but this is nice, like nice tone of neutrals. And yeah, let me add a little bit brown. So okay, let's get the shade Emerald now. The shade Emerald. Or actually, you know what, let's get the blue instead. Yeah, because my first look I did a green look, that's why. So let's get the sapphire shade. Oh, that's my birthstone, you guys. So my ring, well, it's my engagement ring, but I'm married, so this is like my engagement / wedding ring. What you call it, my gemstone is sapphire, so my husband got it for me because he knows I love blue a lot and I love sapphires, so that's why he got it for me. So he's gonna get me an upgrade later on. I mean, I asked about it because mine is getting kind of I mean, mine's really old. All right, guys, but let me add the blue right here. Ooh, so blue and brown. I've been wanting to do like a blue and brown look for a while, so just adding that hint right there. Might have to go back with the brown again, but let me get, oh my gosh, it's a kickback, guys. I don't like the kickback that I'm getting, so I'm trying to get the most out of these, out of the product. Yeah, and I'm just gonna kind of swirl my brush a little bit right here. So yeah, I think that's okay so far. I'm just adding him a little more. All right, so I find that since these duochrons are kind of sheer, I did test it yesterday that the NYX glitter glue for the first time, so I was really excited. This makes a big difference, and it came right on time because these duochrons, they are on the sheer side, so the NYX glitter glue really helps a lot. So I'm gonna put some of this on, and you only need a little bit. Everyone always say you only need a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. So I'm gonna put it all over my lid area, because I'm gonna kind of put it in the middle right here, up to here. I'm gonna get the shade Luxurious in the inner corner, like the inner part, and then I'm gonna get this shade Brilliance in the outer part, to the middle of the outer part. I'm gonna add it right here. Wow, okay. Yeah, this shade is beautiful. Wow, I think that NYX glitter glue is making a big difference. So when I used the NYX glitter glue yesterday, I used my fingers, but I didn't use a brush. So I think this brush is really dense. It's by Threadless Beauty. It's a B111. Oh my gosh, their duochrons are very, very sparkly. I cleaned my brush a little bit from my dry brush cleaner. I'm gonna get the shade Brilliance, and I'm gonna add it right here. Ooh, it's gonna be. Ooh, okay, so this look is actually looking more colorful than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be more neutral. Didn't they say I'm gonna do a neutral look? And look at this. I mean, I could have, but I really wanted to test out the blues. So they got blue and brown. It actually made it kind of muddy a little bit. So I think I'm gonna just add more of the blue pigment. I'm gonna just add it, kind of go over that sapphire shade a little bit. There, that's a lot better. And then I'm just gonna brush this, kind of go on top. Let me go back to the shade Topaz, the orangey shade. Just kind of work with the blending. I made it muddy, but I'm just gonna work on the blending, make it more seamless. So you have to be careful with the color combos. I'm thinking that, oh, because you know, blues and browns, they look good together. So I haven't done a blue and brown look, so it's okay. And yeah, I'm just adding the Topaz shade, kind of blending it. So that looks really cute. Oh, so cute. And I'm gonna do the bottom eye now. And I'm gonna get the Topaz shade again, because I want that orange to pop, make those colors kind of pop. So I want to just add it all up to here. If you guys are new to my channel, I love doing adventurous looks. I love playing with color. I love challenging myself. So yeah, I think the safe way to go with this palette, I mean, it's obviously monochromatic looks, like just stick with one color and just make you know, an eye look based on that one color. That's the easiest way to do. But this is coming out really cute. And I think I'm gonna get the blue shade now, the sapphire shade. Just gonna deepen this up right here. I love this shade Brilliance. It's really cute. I think we're gonna add the shade Clarity. I think I used that for inner corner in my first look, but I'm just gonna use my, actually, should I use I could use a brush. Let's see how it applies with the brush. And let's see. Okay, it applies good on a brush. Yesterday for my inner corners, I used my finger. And I'm gonna spread that green in right here, I guess. Ooh, yeah, I love this. This came out really, really cute. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm probably was too far away, but it came out so cute. I love the color combos. Ooh, that green. Okay, now we're gonna do a different eye look on the other side. So I'm thinking red and yellows, and I'm gonna start out with the citrine shade. So yesterday I used this a lot because my second eye look, I had to do it like 3 times for me to be satisfied. But yeah, let's test out this shade. I haven't used it. So my next palette review, it's gonna be a really exciting one. I actually got a bunch of palettes this week. And what was I saying? Yeah, you guys are gonna be shocked. I did something, guys. I did something. So I'm gonna review that after these next 2 videos. So you guys will see it this weekend probably. You guys gonna be shocked. I might share on Instagram. Ooh, this yellow's actually really pretty. So yeah, this shade is definitely different than the other yellow. This one's more like a mustardy-ish yellow. When I apply it to my eyelids, they kind of look similar when you swatch, but they're coming out different on my eyelids. So this one's more mustardy, and this one's like a more, I mean, it's a little mustardy, but it's more pale. So I actually prefer this shade. This one's really easier to work with. We're gonna test out the reds. So let's get the, actually I want to use a garnet shade, so let's get the garnet shade. Maybe we shouldn't mix the 2 red. They're both different. The other one's more ruby. This one's more like maroon red. Okay. And I'm just gonna focus this right here. Ooh, that's actually really pretty. I'm gonna spread some red right there. That's pretty. I might have to change the shape of it. You guys, I'm horrible. I'm not sure why. I have trouble doing this eye. Okay, so let me just do this. Fixing the blend. And there we go. Now time for the shimmers. So I'm gonna use the NYX glitter glue. So I recommend to get this. I finally got it after months I've been telling you guys that I'm gonna get it. And I finally got it because I made an order in Ulta. I got the ABH Rose Metals palette. So I have that still untouched. So I'm just gonna play that probably in my own time, because I just have so much palettes to review, guys. Like right now I have 1, 2, I don't know, man. I can't. I'm losing count. I'm gonna use the shade Rare in the inner part and the shade Carrot in the outer part. So let's use Rare in the inner part. I did use this shade and for my inner corner. It was so pretty. So this one has little blue. This one's like the most unique duochrome. This one has blue little sparkles. Oh, it almost looks purplish. So it's like reddish, but it has blue sparkles. So that's why it's looking like purple. Probably in this angle. Now when I cleaned, actually, let me build it up a little bit more. I think that NYX glitter glue is really helping. So I'm gonna get the shade Carrot, that reddish shade next to it. I think I'm liking these two looks better than my first two. The first look I actually really love. It was super simple to do, but I'm loving these two looks more. Oh, that's beautiful. I love the Carrot shade. I'm gonna get the shade Garnet, add that shade back in to kind of help blend it. Just kind of going over this. So I'm just gonna get that citrine shade, just kind of add that back in. So it was kind of easy to blend these two colors. So these two color combos, yeah, this one was easier to blend. So this is what I'm gonna do. I know I did this in my second eye look. I'm gonna, well, similar, I use this shade. So I'm gonna use the shade Tourmaline on my bottom eye look, and I'm gonna deepen it up with Blue Topaz. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. This shade, it's a beautiful shade. It's purplish shade, but I think this one's this is the shade that gave me problems in my second eye look. I even tested out off camera, like after I was done. I wanted to see if it was this shade. It was giving me problems. Like I put it all over my eyelid, like it was okay. But yeah, this shade is probably not the best purple. Like I understand that purples are hard to formulate. I love the tone. That's why I was really tempted to use it. Get the Blue Topaz shade, and I'm gonna focus on the outer. So this shade I didn't really test out. That's why I'm gonna put it in the outer corner. I think I'm just gonna use this shade Carrot right here. So the same shimmer has right there, just because it'll be too much. I mean, I could add this shade Rare, but I wanted to contrast between the inner part, that's why. And I'm gonna put it right here. And I'm kind of, I guess, do the same thing. That's why I'm trying to make it more symmetrical. I have to do the same technique. That's why, for me to like it for photos or videos. Alright, here's the two different eye looks. I'm gonna just go off camera real quick because I think I might add lashes. Alright guys, so I'm back. So I decided to put some lashes on, and the lashes I'm wearing are the Profusion Iconic 3D Fox Minx lashes in the Fullest Wispies. So I put these on, and then for my jawliner, I put two different jawliners on each side. I use my Oden's Eye jawliner in mint, and this side is Beauty For Real Heaven's Door. So this one's okay. I just needed something pinky. And then mascara, I just use the Item Beauty mascara on the bottom lashes. For my lips, I use my NARS Velvet matte lipstick in the shade Good Times, and then lip gloss is Light Liqueur in the shade Miss Honey. So that's my lip combo. For my highlighter, I use the Oden's Eye Alba 2 highlighter palette, and I use all these three shades. So I just mix them up, and on my brown ball too. So yeah, so here's the finished eye look, guys. So I'm gonna quickly show you guys the first two eye looks I did, and then
I'm fighting all my feelings, but it's hard to get you out of my head, and I should know that it's time to let you go. This could really hurt, but I don't care. So put me on your sleeve. I could treat you right, girl, show you what you're missing. Looking in your eyes, I see nothing but nirvana. I will make you mine, but only if you wanna. I'm starting to question if leaving will lessen it. Breaking my heart, babe, but lesson I guess it is. I found where your venom is, your lips are a death wish. I wanna keep you around and show you what special is. This could really hurt, but I don't care. So put me on your schedule. We don't have to lie, girl, this is special. We both have our reasons we should cancel. Why are we denying Cupid's arrow? So put me on your schedule. So put me on your.
Alright, so here's my first two eye looks, and I'm sorry I couldn't talk it with you guys. But yeah, this look came out really good, and it was very easy to do this side because I play with the complementary colors, like the purple and orange. Those are complementary colors, so if you mix those two, it could get muddy, like it turned brown, because that's what happens with complementary colors. If you mix them, sometimes, yeah, usually they turn brown, but sometimes you could kind of pull it off. But I did my best with the blending in this one. So yeah, it's a very dark look, and I think so far I'm having troubles with the purples, but everything else is pretty good. So maybe these purples, so I probably have to test these out again another day. But that's about it so far, these first two looks. So okay, so I pretty much changed up this second look, and I'm sorry for the background noise, but yeah, the only thing I pretty much did the same thing, except I didn't add this purple, this amethyst, because I'm not sure if this, I think this might have made my look like worse, because I know purples are harder to formulate, so I guess missing these two, they didn't look good together. So I'm not sure if it's that because of that one time the mix. This is like my favorite color. I mean, it's really thin, so it's harder to kind of pack it on. You really have to pack it on, but I kind of like that wash color. I don't want to like add too much depth into this look, so I'm gonna leave like this because I'm much happier how this came out than the first time around. I'm very stubborn because this is my third time doing this eye look. I just wanted to make it work, the color combos, but it's the purples and yellows, because they're complementary colors. And yeah, so far I think this purple is probably troubling because I kept trying to make it work, even though like with the complementary colors, I think it's the purple as well. It's definitely a lot better. It's not like the perfect is. This one's more perfect, but yeah, man, I really just wanted to make it work. That's why. So you guys seen my other two looks already, and oh, out of all the looks, this is my most favorite. I love this look so much. Like, it's so pretty. That sapphire shade was so beautiful. I love the combos. Oh, it came out really good. This side, it came out a little, like, it came out cute, very wearable. So oh my god, I'm so happy. Alright, so let me give you guys my final thoughts about this palette. The mattes, some of them you have to, I think it's the blending you have to work with, I think, and then it's best to pat it and swiping it. Like, you could swipe it just to have a diffuse color. And then the only issue I've had was mostly this shade Tourmaline. Like, I love this shade a lot, but this shade kind of fades away too. So I have to like redo my bottom eyes both, especially this side. I deepen it up like a lot more on this side. But I love this shade so much, but it does fade a little bit from the bottom, and I'm not sure about the top. Like, it's a little bit troublesome, this shade. And then I'm not sure, I haven't tested out this shade. I was thinking maybe this shade is problematic too. I haven't tested out. I could try to update you guys, but I don't think I would be able to see how this one is like, because when I played with these purples, when I did my second eye look the first time, it did not go well. You guys, it did not go well. So I'm not sure if this is also problematic, but all the other shades were fine. You have to work with the blending. Depending on the color combinations, you might have trouble, you might not. It just depends. So this side, it came out good. This side, the red and yellows were good. So I really wanted to, that second eye look, I really wanted the purple, what was it? The purple and yellow. I know those are complementary colors, but it did not work. It was very, very difficult to do that look. Even the third time around, it was hard. So I think it was mostly this shade, really. I know it's a complementary color, but I think it was this shade. I think that's the most troubling shade. And all these duochromes, they're very pretty. They're very sheer. So you do have to build these up because they're so thin. Like there's like it feels like there's glitter to them. Like there's texture. That's why it gives that more sparkly effect. So if you love sparkly shimmers, then you'll like this palette. And some of the masks, they can be pretty pigmented. It just depends on the brush you're using. Like if you want to pack it on, just know that you're gonna get some kickback to this palette from tapping your brush. Like I experienced that with almost all the shades, really. I would say this is not a beginner's friendly palette in my opinion. Like even me, I have to work with the blending a bit, but it's probably because of the color combinations. I think if you were to make more monochromatic looks, it'll be a lot easier. Like you won't have trouble. So maybe, I'm not sure if I can update you guys later on. I'm not sure if I can update you guys later on, but it's just that I love playing with color. So doing different color combinations really challenges me and makes me do like more different looks each and every time. So that's why I love doing that, guys. So overall, I do like this palette. It's a beautiful color story. I was so excited for it. That's why I'm reviewing this first before my other palettes, because I love jewel tones and it's like a rainbow palette. So I was really excited for it. But the only thing, just the formula, I had a little bit trouble with the blending. I had to work with my blending, so it wasn't like super easy. Probably because the color combinations. That's what I'm thinking. You guys already know. But some of the shades were pretty good too. I think this shade was very beautiful, and this shade was good too. So these shades were all good. And what else? I think these were okay. Like right here, this one I didn't really test out. I think that was like the only shade I didn't use. I believe I used all these shades. I used all these shades too. So I pretty much used the whole palette. That's why I wanted to do 4 different eye looks so I could review it better. So I think I love this palette. Just the formula, I have to work with the blending. So just keep that in mind if you guys decide to pick this one up. So I'm not sure about the formula for the other palette that I want to pick up too, the Fairy Tale Fairies. Oh, that palette looks so adorable, so cute. I think it'll pair well with this one. I really want to get that one, but I just have to wait. But anyways, guys, that's about it. So I hope you guys find this review helpful. Let me know if you guys pick up this palette, what you guys think about it. I'm really excited to have this because it's the rainbow palette too. It's like, it's so pretty. It's so pretty to look at. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys aren't subscribed already, I'll be really happy to have you guys here, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.